G'day folks and welcome. This week is usually a special week for the romantically inclined individual. Valentine's Day is a time where we express our love for those that are near and dear to our hearts, or perhaps trying to woo a special someone to be part of our lives. If this is you, then I wish you the best of luck. For my wife and I, it's our 24th year since we've been engaged. Now, I wouldn't say I was the romantic type, but when I proposed, I took her into the jeweler's shop because I needed to get a pendant for my mother's birthday. And I asked the girl behind the counter if we could look at their engagement rings. Needless to say, my poor wife was speechless. She said yes once she got over the surprise. Little did I know at that time she was having a special ring made for me for Valentine's Day. When she gave me the ring on the day, she said if I hadn't proposed then, she was going to propose to me instead. Later on that year, we were married and have been together happily ever after. Of course, we were very good friends initially before we started dating, so the transition from friend to lifelong partner wasn't a hard one. So if any of you good folk are celebrating Valentine's Day or an anniversary of some kind, then I hope it's an enjoyable one and a memorable one for you guys. I wanted to try some Art Spectrum sepia ink that I had laying around for quite a few years now, so I can't say whether their sepia ink now is any good or not. This particular ink is pigment based as opposed to dye based, and it's also water resistant, which holds up rather well when I put a light wash over it later. I only needed one drop and then diluted it down with water. It's really pigmented, so little goes a long way depending on its application. I decided to use sepia ink as an underpainting to indicate the shadows, so I can just lay a wash of gouache colour over the top and not worry so much about mixing shadow colours. It's a technique that I'll try and refine over time, but for now I'm just in the experimental phase of what works and what doesn't. These neat little travel watercolour palettes are from Montmartre, and I removed their cheap watercolours from the pans and I filled quality gouache from the tubes into each pan, and it works like a treat. I'm thinking of looking out for more of these little palettes because I think they'll be great when I go out and about on painting adventures. That one day I hope to do, and hopefully record them. Coming to the background, I just wanted something light that complemented the red dress. So I checked my colour wheel and went with a sky blue and a fresh green and blended them together, letting the paint do its thing. Once I had let dry, I went in with coloured pencils to add a few details, correct some areas and outline the figure. Overall, I'm very happy how it all turned out, and to be honest, it turned out better than I expected. There's a few things I'd do differently, such as go darker with the ink in the shadow areas and perhaps spend a little more time on the ink underpainting before I go in with the gouache washes. Well folks, I hope you've enjoyed watching me experiment with ink, gouache and coloured pencils in my sketchbook. If you've made it this far, I encourage you to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more of my art processes, experiments and my ramblings in the future. So until then, I hope to see you all in the next video. You all take care of yourselves, and as always, enjoy being creative.